So you like shooting a lot of bullets? Check this out. Yep, that's a lot of bullets. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another build video, and today we're going to be going over BULLETSTORM RAFA. This build is actually pretty easy to get together and doesn't require that much gear. But right off the bat, I do want to say it's an insane mobbing build, and then for bossing, it's average. It's average. The only weapon for this build is the Golden God. Now there's a specific interaction with it that makes it infinite, which is quite nice. So when you get this gun, make sure you get your Jacob's Ricochet on it. That's all you need. The COV mag part's always guaranteed, which is quite nice. So the only part you have to farm on it is Jacob's Ricochet. That's it. Now, if you look at the legendary effect, it says Rage. When overheating, the bullet forge does not break, but instead continually consumes greater amounts of ammo. So because the gun can never break, that means the only bottleneck is ammo consumption. And all you gotta do is go to your blue tree, spec 5 points on okay, whatever this name is, for ammo regen, and then put on the dancer comp, and you now have infinite ammo. That's it. Like, that's literally the interaction. So if you look in the bottom corner, you can see, you know, I'm at 1 ammo, it's going back up and like going back to 0. That's the ammo regen happening during overdrive. And so even if the gun's consuming 1 billion ammo per shot, you can always shoot 1 extra shot out of it. The game doesn't check for if you have enough ammo, it's only checking for if you have ammo. So it makes it infinite. For the rev kit, you want to use a triple bypass because we're going to go for the instant cooldown setup using Now with Caffeine. So if you don't know specializations, we have Now with Caffeine here. And if we waste our action skill, like, you know, right now, I can pop these. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. And we have our action skill back, which is quite nice. No waiting on cooldown. And the only thing that's really going to help you with this build is going to be Enrage. I use it for bossing, I never use it for mobbing. So if you want to get that on it, that will help a little bit. For Ordnance, it doesn't matter. We're just using it for the firmware. But we have Crit Knife, but that's not going to matter because we're always hitting automatic critical hits thanks to this. So if you find an enhancement with the duct tape modifier on it, when you overheat your guns, you're going to hit automatic critical hits. Remember, our gun is always overheating and we're regenerating ammo back, so it's never going to break due to the legendary effect of the Golden God. So every shot becomes a critical hit. As for the passives, try to get something on it, you know, shotgun damage, shotgun crit, something nice, you know. Anything helps. For the shield, we have the Super Soldier, and you want to have this for the ammo regen from the full shield. So you can actually regen ammo fast enough if you have high enough fire rate. So the thing about this build is you have to have a balance of your fire rate, otherwise you might overconsume the ammo regen. Because the ammo regen's a finite amount, you can't, you know, go beyond this, unless you do like 10 out of 5, but even that's not worth it because of the dancer comm boosting it up. So yeah, the Super Soldier is going to be the play, but you can also use the What's for Dinner. That's a really good shield too. So the What's for Dinner will, you know, take away some fire rate if you're not doing the Super Soldier, but you will get the shock damage, and that could be pretty nice for shields if you're taking on a shieldy boss. And for the class mod, we have the Dancers. So the main thing you want to get on this is the right skill there on the right side, the red skill. If you get that capstone skill, you are good. As for the firmware, we're going to go 3 into Deadeye for the extra crit damage and tiny bit of accuracy, which is quite nice. And then I like to go 2 on Lifeblood for the lifesteal because we are kind of glass cannon for this setup. Because the last thing you want to do is, you know, stop shooting your gun, use a rev kit, and then like ramp it back up to full fire rate. So lifesteal on this is actually pretty insane. So if you're getting kills fast enough, the lifesteal kind of has a buffer. Let me just show you. Okay, look at my lifesteal right now. You see how it's jumping even though I'm not really shooting at anything? It's storing all those hits of damage I got before and, you know, giving me the life regen at a set rate. So if I get 5 kills and take some lethal damage and stop shooting right there, the game is still catching up on that life regen from before and will just heal me back up even though I'm not attacking anything. Quite cool. Now, if you do want to go a little more glass cannon and go for like maximum damage output, you can go for 2 on Oscar Mike for the firmware, and that will give you 20% gun damage based on emptiness of your magazine. And that does work for COV mag, so when you overheat it, you will get that 20% gun damage. Okay, that's the gear, so let's go over the skill tree. So first off, for blue tree, this is where most of our points are, and we're going to go into all the ammo regen. You have to have this, you need it for the build. All the fire rate, so let's max that out. And then, this is actually kind of funny. This gun, the Golden God, has so much recoil and so much, like, terrible handling that we actually have to spec into gun handling. But not only that, we're getting insane accuracy, so I can use this for close range, and I can use it for long range. I can snipe with a shotgun. Yeah, your reticle becomes a tiny dot, and it's pretty cool. So look at my reticle right now, it's like quite large. I'm gonna activate the stuff and then start shooting, and you see it getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Yeah, look at that thing. It's so tiny, and there's like no recoil. So yeah, you can snipe with this thing, it's quite cool. Next up, we're gonna grab this, and it will get boosted from the Dancer because it is an overdrive skill, so definitely grab that for the gun damage. This for the extra overdrive bonuses, so we're trying to maximize all of our overdrive stuff, basically. We had 1 point left over for the build, so I put it in the mate for a tiny bit of cooldown, because sometimes you might run out of rep kits if you're like healing back to back to back, and it's definitely worth it to have some backup cooldown. And then this skill for a little bit more gun handling, actually a lot more gun handling. Without it, you're going to be kicking like a mule. It's insane. You can't handle the recoil. No joke, I ran out of mouse pad trying to pull my mouse down, so you need gun handling for this build. That's it for the blue tree, so let's go into the red tree. So for red tree, we're going to get some more gun damage, some more fire rate. Werga is going to be really good because you're always hitting critical hits, which means you're getting action skill duration restored. So for mobbing and bossing, you're getting your duration back, and also with this augment, you're getting duration back. So you can just hold on to infinite overdrive or infinite peacebreaker cannons during your stuff. Finally, 3 points here for some more damage. And then down here, you can see some more points from my class mod. Remember, make sure you get the capstone on your dancer comm. You want to have that. And then this is going to give me some more gun damage and negative gun handling, but we have gun handling situated. And then for green tree, we have nothing. So let's go into the specialization. So for specializations, we're just going for all damage, and then now with caffeine. So best defense for 30% more damage if your shield is full. This is 50% more gun damage, huge for the build. Now with caffeine to get your actions go back if it does run out, you want to definitely have that. And then bullet train just so I can run around and get that gun damage, and also chase down my enemies before they have a chance. So at minimum, you want to be level 60 on your specialization to get these, and that's not like too hard to reach. But if you can always dump points more down here and get yourself some more action skill damage for your peacebreaker cannons. But yeah, you definitely want to have these for. Alright, let's go ahead and show off the build. Alright, so we're on UVH5, let's go ahead and pop that. And then from here, you got to make sure you activate your peacebreaker cannons for the infinite ammo. That will give you the ammo regen needed for that trick. And from here, just hold down the trigger and everything's just pretty much going to die. And with your firmware, or not the firmware, sorry, your enhancement, you're going to be hitting automatic critical hits, and you can see things just kind of melt and die pretty fast. Honestly, right now, this is one of my favorite builds. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And it reminds me of like the Infinity Pistol from like Borderlands 2 or 3. You just hold down trigger, run around, things die, and like, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Okay, now the bosses are here. We're going to aim at them, and they should die pretty fast. And remember, we have Jacob's crit on the Golden God, so it's going to ricochet and like hit all of them, which is quite nice. Also, look at my lifesteal right now. All those stored kills are just going back into my HP, so even if I'm not shooting things in between, I can keep my health topped off, which is quite nice. And that whole entire encounter, I pretty much had full overdrive the whole time, and we can just walk out, go back in, and do another one if we want to. And that's BULLETSTORM RAFA. But you know what, just because why not, let's go show off a boss. Again, bosses are average kill speed, nothing insane, but it could definitely do it. Oh, and because duration right now, you can pop your rep kits if you want to activate now with caffeine and get your stuff back. Don't forget about that. Also, one more thing I should have mentioned earlier is the Golden God. Depending on the fire rate you get, you can see there we have 4.9 fire rate. If you have like the, I think there's like 5+ fire rate. If you're shooting and then suddenly your gun stops shooting, that's because you have way too much ammo consumption over your ammo regen. So make sure you just go to your skill tree and take some points out of, you know, deft hands or what is it called? The thrill. And lower your fire rate a little bit to make sure you don't overconsume ammo. That was like one thing that happened with the build. Make sure you balance your fire rate with your ammo regen and get that sweet spot to have the highest fire rate you can while not overconsuming your ammo. Yeah, very important thing. Make sure you get that balanced out. Anyways, we're at Radix here, so let's do a rep kit for the Enrage. Pop that, and just hold down the trigger. So, like I said, the bossing's not insane. It's still pretty good, but like it's not instant kill. So I wouldn't, you know, make it S tier for bossing, but it's definitely doable. But yeah, there's the boss. Oh wait, there's still one more bar. My bad. And there is the boss. Cool. So it can do bossing just fine, but for mobbing, it definitely shines the best. Oh hey, look at that. We got a legendary. Nice. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the build video today, so let me know below what you think about BULLETSTORM RAFA. I gotta say, it's pretty cool we can use Ripper shotguns, you know, like Ripper manufacturer is not the most desired in Borderlands 4, but with this build we can make it work pretty well. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, have an awesome day, and I will see you in the next build video. Peace out.